Hello and welcome to the Lawn Hustle, season number 2, episode number 16. The 2024 mowing season has begun. We are on our 4th, and on some properties, our 5th mow of the season. We had an early spring, therefore we started mowing early, and we have been busy. And I know you are busy as well. But when I began my mowing season, I asked my customers, why did you hire a lawn care professional? And when you ask 140 plus clients that question, you will get a plethora of answers. And I tried to condense them down to about 10 of the most common reasons why people hire professional lawn care. The number one answer that I received was, by hiring you, it saves me time. Time that I really don't have to maintain my property. Now, we live in a different society today than what it was when I was growing up. When I was growing up, when my dad would leave to go to work, he would say, when I get home, the lawn better be mowed. So I would go out, fire up that Lawn Boy push mower, and I would mow the property. And even in that society, he would say, I want your lines to be straight. And I want the yard to look good when I get home. So I would spend sometimes hours trying to keep that line straight, trying to make the yard look as good as possible. Even then, I wanted our yard to look like the best yard on the block. So the number one answer was, I just don't have time. And that's why we hire you, because it saves us the time, because we don't have time enough to dedicate to our lawn what it needs to look good. The number two reason was, we hire lawn care professionals for their expertise. Did you know you're an expert? Lawn care professionals have the knowledge and the experience to address specific lawn needs and address lawn issues effectively, from the health of your soil to pest control to mowing at the proper height, when to mow, and when not to mow, weather conditions. They hire you because you are the expert. Number three, they hire you because they don't have the time to be consistent. And what most people want is consistent, regular, scheduled care, which means that the property is maintained consistently. Don't ever fall into the trap of being consistently inconsistent. Put your clients on a schedule, and every week you show up and you do the job. Because if they don't have the time to be consistent and they hire you because they want consistency, then consistency is what they should get. Put all of your customers on a scheduled day. Explain to them, if the weather does not permit us to mow on your day, we'll be running our schedule a day behind. That's why I like to mow Monday through Friday. It gives me an extra day or two to make up for bad weather days, rainouts. I have a couple of days to get caught up. I just run a day behind, or sometimes 2 days behind, depending on the weather. But I have found that if you explain that to your customers in the very beginning, okay, Mrs. Jones or Mr. Smith, I'm going to put you on my Wednesday schedule, and I'll be here every Wednesday. I can't give you a specific time, but I'll be here on Wednesday unless it's raining hard enough where I cannot mow. And then it's not raining on Thursday, so I do Wednesday's schedule on Thursday. And then when I get it done, I try to squeeze in as many of Thursday's schedule as possible. It makes for a long day, but you got to get caught up. And you've got to be consistent. I cannot stress to you enough what consistent lawn care can mean to your clients. Number four, we hire professional lawn care because they have the equipment to do the job. Now, you have invested, and I have invested in high quality professional equipment. There are major differences in professional grade equipment versus box store equipment. I'll just give you one example. The hydro pumps and the wheel motors are not the same. The high quality professional grade, the pumps are bigger than when you buy a mower from a box store. It just makes sense if you're going to be a lawn care business then invest in professional, high quality equipment so you can do the job professionally. That's what clients want. They don't have time. They cannot be consistent. They want expertise, and they hire you because you have the equipment to get the job done. Number 5 reason that people hire lawn care professionals is physical labor. You know as well as I do that lawn care can be physically demanding and physically exhausting. There's a phrase that says, if it was easy, everyone could do it. And someone out there might be thinking, don't think of yourself so highly, it's just mowing grass. And you're right, anybody can mow grass, but not everybody can cut grass. There is a difference, a major difference in jumping on a box store mower and mowing in circles and no pattern and just all over the yard than those professional stripes that make a property pop. That is the envy of the neighborhood. It's not easy. It's exhausting. There's times when I'm on the last property for the day that I absolutely cannot wait to finish that job. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not going to cut corners. I'm going to do the job. It's going to be done right. But I can't wait to get done so I can head to the shop, unload, get to my home, take a hot shower, eat a family dinner, and sit down and relax in the comfort of my home. My home is my safe place. My home is my comfort. And when I work hard and I'm exhausted, there's nothing like pulling up in my driveway and taking a deep breath and thinking, I'm home. I made it through this exhausting day. And that is one reason why people hire lawn care professionals, because it is exhausting. And homeowners do not want to engage in this strenuous activity of maintaining their property. They're already exhausted from working 2 or 3 jobs and running the kids to daycare or to school or to sporting events and practices and after school activities and birthday parties and you name it. Let's just be honest, we're all busy. But you have chosen, and I have chosen, to be in the green industry. And I'm giving you some reasons why people hire professionals like us. Number 6, cost effective. Even though they're paying to have their property maintained by a lawn care professional, it can still be cost effective. Because if they tear something up, It's money out of their pocket to fix it. If they have an issue and they damage the grass, or they run over a pipe and it breaks, or they hit an air conditioning unit and it snaps a freon line, it's money out of their pocket. But because you're a professional, and if you call yourself a professional, be a professional. Make sure you have the proper liability insurance to cover issues like I just mentioned. It can be less expensive in the long run for them to pay you weekly or monthly, however you bill, than if they make a mistake and have to pay to fix the mistake out of their pocket. Number 7, they hire lawn care professionals because they want a customized care plan. You cannot treat every property the same. Every property is different, and every property is cared for differently. So you meet with your clients and you come up with a care plan. This is what we need to do. We need to mow weekly. We need to mow the grass between 3.5 to 4 inches. You'll have less weeds. Your grass won't burn up as much in the heat of summer. You can maintain green, lush grass longer. We need to fertilize. We need to offer fall aeration. We need to make sure we clean up your property every fall and clean up your property every spring, because we want to get rid of winter debris in the spring and help promote growth. These are things you need to go over with each and every client and come up with individual care plans. It could be pest control. It could be a fertilizing plan. It could be an aeration plan, an overseeding plan. Come up with customized care plans for your clients because that's what they want. Number 8, they hire lawn care professionals because they want curb appeal. They want to be the envy of the neighborhood. They want their yard to look better than any yard on the street or on the block. A well-maintained lawn significantly enhances the home's curb appeal. I love driving by properties where the hedges are trimmed, the edges are edged, the lawn is striped, the grass is green and healthy. Everybody wants that. So give it to them. You're the professional. Give them the curb appeal. Also, curb appeal adds value to the property if they go to resell the property. The number 9 reason why they hire lawn care professionals: problem prevention, regular maintenance. We said consistent. Be consistent. Consistent, regular maintenance helps to identify early problems and helps you to come up with a resolution of potential issues before they become major problems. For example, you see some grub damage or army worms, and you recognize it, you come up with a plan to overcome it, to prevent it from becoming a major issue. A couple of years ago, we had army worms come through, and they absolutely destroyed properties when they were not recognized, and no action was taken to prevent them from destroying the property. So they hire us because they want problem prevention. And number 10, they hire lawn care professionals because they want the peace of mind, knowing that their lawn is in the hands of experts that can provide the homeowners the peace of mind that their property is being well maintained, ensuring that their outdoor space is healthy without the stress of doing it themselves. So, with the plethora of answers that I received, these are the 10 most common. They hire to save time because we're experts, because they want consistent lawn maintenance, because we have professional equipment, because it's physically exhausting, and they don't have the time and they don't want to be bothered with the physical exhaustion of maintaining their property. It's more cost effective. We can give them customized care plans. They want the curb appeal, and they want that early problem prevention. And to sum it up, they want the peace of mind in knowing that the property is being maintained professionally. After you listen to this podcast, I wish you would send me a message on Messenger or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, or I will leave my email in the show notes. And all of my social media links will be in the show notes. I would like to get your input on what do you think about the 10 reasons people hire lawn care professionals like yourself and like me. Thank you for tuning in. We'll talk more next week on the lawn